Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting episode of GG Gaming. I'm your host and player 1, Andrew, and with me is my co-host and player 2, Alpha Stoutland.
What's up, guys? Alpha Stoutland here.
Alrighty, awesome. Yeah, it's been a long time since episode 18, and that's because I didn't have a co-host, and at the same time, I remember saying something along the lines of, even if I don't have a co-host, I'm going to do this by myself, and that just never happened because I thought it might get boring, and I was like, yeah, I'd really like to get somebody to talk with. So, looks like we got Alpha as a co-host for the podcast, and we're gonna try to aim weekly, I guess.
Hopefully, yeah.
We'll see how our schedules go, but we're gonna aim for about weekly. So let's dive right into it. What you been up to, Alpha?
Well, life's going pretty good right now. Hurricane Florence has finally passed us, so I'm glad that's over.
Good.
Power was out for a couple days, but people are still having trouble with water, so it could be a lot worse. But as far as like stuff happening, like I went to work one day this last week because I was out for the storm, and where I worked was mostly underwater. And then I took, and then I took, well, I say underwater, but it had water. But there's some parts of where I work that actually were pretty much almost underwater. But anyway, but I actually only went into work one day because then I went in Thursday, and then Friday and Monday I'd already scheduled off. So I've worked one day in like a week and a half. So that's pretty cool. Games I played recently, I actually just bought the original Shantae on the Virtual Console for my 3DS.
Yes.
So
How's that?
It's pretty cool. I gotta say, I like how good it looks for an old Game Boy game. And I've already figured out how to do the little belly dance. I was just sitting there mashing like the X button and the messing. I was like, oh, cool. She's got so many cool dances and stuff. I still haven't gotten any transformations. I'm stuck right now in the Water Town level where you go fight Risky and that little shrine thing. So I'm kind of turned around there right now. So that's as far as I've gotten.
It's been
but
so
long. Far I like it.
It's been so long I can't even remember what that was.
Yeah, she like jumped down there trying to get some like water because Bola was like, "Oh, she's so pretty. I'll tell her exactly where to go." So yeah, he's an idiot. But so far I like the game. It's just really, really hard. Like it's really hard for me at least. But other games I played recently, I downloaded a whole bunch of demos on my Switch. I downloaded Rayman. I think it's either Legends or Origins. I think it's Legends. It's the more recent one. And Legends looks great. Rayman, I can see why people want him in Smash because holy cow, his moveset would fit perfectly from that game. And he's just, I love the art style of that game. It's a ton of fun. Another demo I didn't think I would enjoy so much was Yoku's Island Express. Like it's literally pinball. Yeah, it's a cool little game. Like I'd seen it on Steam advertised, and I finally downloaded it as a demo on my Switch. And I gotta say, it's cute. I wouldn't dump $30 on it. But I think it might be 20. I forget. But I wouldn't dump money on it. But the demo was really fun. And it was really cute. I like the art style of that. I downloaded the ARMS demo. So until I actually get ARMS, that's my ARMS game. I also downloaded Blaster Master Zero. I enjoyed that pretty well. I did like the demo pretty good. Got a little turned around, but finally figured out where to go in that. And it's pretty cool. I don't know if I'll pick it up, but it was fun. I have still yet to play the Gunvolt demo I've got, so that's one I'm looking forward to. And in Pokemon Ultra Sun, I've recently been hatching for some shinies, and I started back in January, starting on and off for Shiny Rockruff, because I wanted to get all 3 shiny Lycanroc forms, Dusk, Midday, and Midnight, all shiny, because they all have great shades of blue, and I just the other day hatched Midnight, and so I've named them all Indigo, Sky, and Cobalt respectively.
Ooh, nice.
So yeah, and it made me so happy because Midnight's hidden ability is No Guard, so I can spam Stone Edge and Iron Tail, so I love that.
So I got a question about how the shiny hatching works. Is it already decided when you get the egg if it's going to be shiny or not?
It is. Okay. But the way it goes, like, because I've already got the shiny charm, and I'm using a Japanese lily pup that my friend from Germany, Matthias, gave me. Mm-hmm. So I was using a lily pup to breed them because they're in the same egg group. But so I was just using him. He's got 6 IVs, he's legit and stuff. So I was using him to breed, and now I'm currently on Lillipup trying to get a shiny Stoutland. So once you get the egg, that's the Pokemon. You just need to hatch it, and it'll be shiny when it hatches. But it's as soon as you receive it, that's when it's guaranteed whether it's shiny or not. So
is it the same with its stats?
Yeah. Everything's set as soon as you take that egg.
Okay.
Even if it sits in the PC box for years, it's set in stone. It's just you need to hatch the egg. So
all right.
But I'm excited for shiny Stoutland, so because that's my favorite Pokemon, obviously by the name and stuff. So.
And Charizard's your second favorite, you said, right?
Mm-hmm. Heck yes, I love Charizard.
What does shiny Stoutland look like? I don't even remember.
I wanted to. If it's a male, I'm gonna name it Alpha. But if not, I might name it Mustache, Mustard, haha. Because it literally, its body turns like this really dark, like teal green, and then its mustache turns like a mustard yellow. Like, it's such a weird shiny, but since Stoutland's my favorite Pokemon, I kind of wanted to get it. Because I tried to SOS chain it about a year ago, and it has a calm nature, which is awful because it lowers its attack. So I kept it as an Eviolite Herdier, which is the second stage, and it had Intimidate, so I was like, hey, I can try and make it as bulky as I can. So I went for the second time. This time I'm trying to get the hidden ability Scrappy, so I can hit Ghost types with a turn, and Superpower for like Spiritomb and Aegislash. And I'm trying to get it Adamant, because then its nature is guaranteed. It's got really good IVs, hopefully, if not Hyper Training. But I'm trying to go for the hidden ability, and if not, it's got 2 other great abilities, so regardless, I'm going to have a really great shiny Stoutland. So nice. I'm psyched.
Nice.
But that's pretty much all the game and stuff I've got right now going on. And of course, Smash Ultimate hype. Cannot wait.
Mm-hmm. Well, before we get into that, what have I been doing? Well, I've been playing Pokemon Go. Today was Community Day, which is why initially we were going to record earlier, but I had to try to get a shiny Chikorita, which I finally got one. I was playing for about an hour.
Which he got while we were talking about what to do on the video, so that was pretty sweet. He's like, oh, sweet, I finally got one. I was like,
and then that strange Pokemon that people have found that looks like a silver Ditto with a golden nut head and a black orb. I started running into them afterwards, and they were everywhere, and they're so tiny. Because on the not I guess overworld, but the when Pokemon pop up in Pokemon Go, they're about a specific size. But this Pokemon was so tiny, like I didn't even know what it was. I was like, "What is this dot on the map? That's a Pokemon." And then when I clicked it, it showed up, and it was just 3 question marks, and its CP was question marks. It got a weather boost, whatever the weather it was, I forgot. So the weather boost, I suppose, could hint at its type, but when I caught it, it just turned into a Ditto. In the same way that in order to get a Ditto, you have to capture a Pidgey or very certain Pokemon, and then it's random, it'll turn into a Ditto. And by random, I mean it's already set that's going to be a Ditto.
I remember when I had Go on my phone, I caught a Rattata at a gas station at Walmart, and I was like, oh, hey, Rattata, and then it turned to Ditto. I was like, what? I need a Ditto. Okay, so I was like, that was the biggest mind blow moment, man.
Yeah, but
it was
this one, every single one you catch, it says, just like when you catch a Ditto, and it turns into a Ditto. Every single one of these is a Ditto, so I don't know what that means.
Yeah, it could hint toward it being an evolution of Ditto, honestly, because if you guys aren't aware, this thing was just leaked after it was hacked in Pokemon Go to show this, so people just now found about it like 2-3 days ago at the most. So it's this weird little creature, like he said, that looks like Ditto, and so I guess we can talk about it now because it's official, because it's in Go now. So it's not really a leak anymore, so it's weird. Like, it's so weird.
One neat thing about its model is I didn't notice this until I saw it. It has a tail. So when it attacks, it kind of like bends forward, and you could see behind it, and there's a bright red, pinkish tail that's kind of like a I want to say Thunderbolt in the sense that it's bent in that way. Like, it goes straight, bent and straight, and it's very small. It's like a little stubby. So I don't know.
It's so weird.
Imagine if it winds up being Mimikyu, his real form.
We're jumping a few generations ahead. Yeah. We already had Mimikyu in the game.
Well, I mean, they jumped a few generations ahead when they put Alolan Pokemon in, but
that is true. That is true.
But yeah, I want to know what this thing is, and I'm assuming it's going to be used to promote Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee, especially because they're very connected to each other in the sense that Pokemon Go anyway. But I think they're using it as some kind of not hidden, but some kind of like promotional event. Like, what is this thing? What could it be? Well, it's going to be in Pokemon Let's Go, Eevee and Pikachu. You know,
that's probably what the secret Pokemon is they're talking about.
Yeah, it's going to be missing no.
Congratulations, you just crashed your entire game over this gift.
You lost all your Pokemon Go data.
You thought it was a new evolution? Nope. No. Sorry, guys.
It is. It uses the gooey stone.
Oh, that'd be weird.
What is this? And it turns into Ditto. So it's Ditto disguising itself as this thing, I suppose. I don't know.
I guess so.
It has some kind of connection. It's Ditto. Dittwo. Ditto.
Hey, they already did that with Mewtwo and Mew, so
I know. And there's already that theory that Ditto is failed.
Yeah. So this is one that found the metal coat and it turned into this.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how they would do that because metal coat doesn't do anything, and it seems like when they add evolutions, they do something new and they don't do something that was already in the game, which is why Umbreon probably didn't evolve from the Moonstone, because in Red and Blue, the Moonstone did nothing.
Yeah.
Which I think it would have been a lot cooler to be the Moonstone and the Sunstone, but whatever. Whatever.
Which, I mean, the metal coat does evolve Onix into Steelix and Scyther into Scizor, and besides that, it does give you a slight boost to Steel-type moves, but yeah, like you said, it's just kind of there.
Yeah. But I'm just so curious what this thing is. It's silver and gold. It's a gold head and silver body. So,
well, Christmas is upon us, silver and gold. So
it's the GS ball. It's alive.
Oh, that's true. That's where it went after all these years. It became a Pokemon. It already had Voltorb electrodes, so
it multiplied. So we were thinking about talking about the directs and leaks and whatnot for Smash. So you had some stuff you were mentioning before. If you want to start talking about that.
Talking about as far as the direct goes.
Well, okay. Let's start with the direct. What did you think of the direct?
Honestly, I loved it. Like, there was a lot of games I don't have any personal attachment to, but there's a lot of games people have been asking for, like Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion, Final Fantasy. So there was a lot for everybody, and that's what E3 lacked, was that it only had Smash. And, like, obviously we were psyched because, like, holy crap, everybody's back in Smash Bros. Yeah. And Ridley's in Smash. But everybody else was kind of like, oh, hey, Daemon X Machina, ports, woohoo. So I can understand why people thought E3 was a failure, because it kind of was if you take Smash out of it. But this one was just so well-rounded. It had everything for everybody and then ended with Smash. So right. I loved it. It was a great direct, honestly, to me.
I mean, I think a lot of people were... I don't know how many people, honestly. I really don't know what other people were thinking, but me, I was just like, okay, what's the new Smash news? What's the new Smash news?
Yes, the whole time I was just like, Smash, Smash, Smash. Yeah. And then when he finally snapped his fingers at the end, I was like, oh, yes, finally. So, but we'll get to Smash obviously in a minute, but, Luigi's Mansion 3, like...
I never played the first two, but it looks cool.
Yeah, I haven't played them either, but that was such a great one to start off with, to generate hype, because... people have been asking for that for so long, and it's great that Nintendo is listening to fans, because people have actually asked for that. Like, please give us Luigi's Mansion 3, and they're like, okay.
It's also reminiscent of the previous Smash Direct that started off.
Yeah,
with.
Exactly.
And he used the new, I think in that Simon reveal trailer, he used the same Poltergust design.
Yep. And I love how they hinted towards that in a Smash Direct.
Yeah.
I love that.
So, they were pretty much hinting at new Luigi's Mansion back in the last Smash Direct.
Yeah. And besides Luigi's Mansion, and obviously Isabelle and Smash and Animal Crossing, there wasn't a whole lot that I really like that jumped out at me. Besides, us getting like 8 Final Fantasy games on the Switch. Like, that's insane. Like, I'm not personally a huge Final Fantasy fan because I've never played the games. Again, I haven't played a lot of games. I'm not really willing to dump $40 to $60 on a game from a series I've never touched before. But I might pick up 7 because Cloud, and it'd be I've heard it's a good starting point for Final Fantasy.
But the Final Fantasy games, they're not related to each other. Unless it's a specific sequel, then it'll have 2 after the number. Like 10 and 10-2 are in the 10 universe. So like 7 is not related to 1 through 6 or 8 and up.
What?
It's its own standalone.
I did not know that. So each series is its
own. Each game is its own world
and its own canon.
Yeah.
Wow. I never knew that.
Now,
I always thought
don't
it was just like,
know if it's like an alternate dimension, alternate universe, another planet in the same universe. I don't know how they're related to each other, but I know that story-wise and characters, they have nothing to do with each other. Even the planets are different names. 7, I think in 7 it was called Gaia. I can't remember. And I know in 10 it was called Spira. And those are really the only 2 Final Fantasies I played.
So you played more than I have, so. But I probably will pick up 7 just because Cloud. And it just, like, I do want to play a Final Fantasy game. Like I said, I'm always hesitant to just drop money on a game I'm unfamiliar with. But I mean, how else do you figure out that you like a game? So
right.
I probably will get 7 at least. And maybe that'll open the door for the newer, more gorgeous games. Because 7 looks kind of outdated, but I mean, that's kind of to be expected. I mean, it is just a port. So
if you start with 7, it's still the first entry in the 7 series. So, I mean, it had its own sequels and prequels, but I didn't play them all. There was Dirge of Cerberus on the PS2, and I didn't play that. I heard it wasn't that good, but I wanted to play it just to know what happened next. Or Advent Children, the movie Advent Children, I think was next, and then Dirge of Cerberus. I can't remember. But, yeah, it was an interesting universe. Yeah, and I really loved 10. 10 and 10-2. 10-2, a lot of people didn't like. I wasn't too crazy about it story-wise, but the gameplay of 10-2 was a lot of fun.
Okay. 10 is the one with the girl Yuna, right?
Right.
Okay. Because is she one of the little fairy girls from Kingdom Hearts 2?
Yeah, but she's not actually a fairy in the city. I don't know why they made them fairies. The gull wings in 10-2, her, Riku, and Pain, and they are not fairies. So, but I mean, Kingdom Hearts is its own canon, so it's okay.
Oh yeah.
I see it more like it's a what's the word I'm looking for? Not alternate universe or like adaptation of. So they're not the actual same characters.
Okay. Because I saw her and I was like, what? She's a human. She looks like the little girl from Kingdom Hearts 2. So I remembered Riku, obviously the other Riku, because there's Riku with 1K and there's Riku with 2Ks. But I didn't know that. There's so much I need to learn about Final Fantasy now.
Yeah, actually, what's interesting is the what was her name? The ninja girl, Yuffie.
Tifa?
Yuffie was actually originally going to be Riku, but they didn't want to confuse people with having 2 Rikus in Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
So they made it Yuffie. I keep forgetting her name. But yeah, she was originally going to be Riku. When you think about it, they're very similar in appearance anyway. Or body structure rather. But yeah, in Final Fantasy X, Riku was one of my fictional crushes. So, but yeah, 10 was a lot of fun. The story was great. 10-2, the story was okay, but the gameplay was great.
Okay.
And they winded up making drama CDs or novels or something afterwards to continue the story. And for some reason, it got worse. And it was like made by the same guy, but it's like throughout the two games, you're like, okay, Yuna and Titus, they love each other and they got this bond. And in the second game, you're trying to find Titus. And then in the books, I think they wind up breaking up, and you're like, why?
Yeah, why'd you hype it up?
Yeah.
It's like Gabrielle and Troy breaking up in High School Musical. Like,
and then I think one of them dies, and
oh my gosh!
I'm just like, what are you doing? You're butchering this.
You had one job, Square. Come on. Like, yeah. Like, even if they're fictional, like, you can't help but root for couples in video games and stuff. Like,
yeah. I guess they represent what we as people can achieve. Perfection.
Yeah, like, it's like a Romeo and Juliet, but Final Fantasy. Good job, guys.
Good job. So, but yeah, going back to the direct. At the end of that direct, when they revealed Isabel,
yep.
I looked. I was watching reactions, and people were like, "Oh, a new Animal Crossing!" Like, I knew as soon as I saw that, I was like, "Oh, it's Isabel in Smash."
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you could think it wasn't Smash related, especially because at the bottom it said, not actual gameplay.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and as soon as she said something about Smash, yeah.
Yeah, they do. They always do that for Smash, so
yep.
It's a Smash trailer when you see that. And Sakurai already confirmed that he's using suggestions or characters from the Smash ballots. So, and I know Isabel was up there. So when I saw that, everything just lined up, and I was like, oh, hey, Isabel.
Yep.
But at the same time, I was like, Isabel.
Yeah, but yeah, she could only be so high on the ballot because she already was an assist trophy. Mm-hmm. But I think her overall popularity and importance to Nintendo, because she is literally one of the faces of Nintendo now, alongside characters like Mario, Link, and Pikachu, and even other characters like Ashley and Nikki that they've pushed. So it makes sense because she's not only popular, but she's like a mascot of Nintendo and an icon of Nintendo, and plus she's adorable, and she's like, I love the fact that she is not an Echo Fighter.
Oh yeah, me too. I want to clarify, when I said, oh no, Isabel, it wasn't because I disliked the character, it was because I was hoping for like a Shantae reveal or some other characters like Gino. Not that I specifically am rooting for Gino, but because one, I know a lot of people want him, and two, like he seems like he would be a cool character. I never played Super Mario RPG, so I don't know much about Gino as a character, but that doesn't stop me from thinking, oh, he looks like a cool character.
Oh yeah,
and I know a lot of people want him in.
He's physically one of the most unic. He's a puppet with a gun on his hand. That's a star magical being. Like Huh?
So he's Mega Man.
Pretty much, yeah. he's Mega Man, but wood. So,
Woodman.
But yeah, I was hoping for Shantae too. But I got to say, Isabel, like I expected her because of the Vergibin leaks. I just expected her to be an Echo Fighter, and so when I saw the trailer, I was like, "Oh, hey, Isabel," and it didn't click. You dummy! She wouldn't have a trailer if she was an Echo Fighter. Yeah. So, and then I finally saw her use the water bucket. And I was like, wait, she's a new fighter? And then as soon as she used the little party favor popper, I was like, oh, snap, she's unique. So, and she incorporates stuff that Villager couldn't, like the stop sign and the fishing rod. And I love everything about her.
I don't know what that stop sign is. Is it a counter or is it an up smash?
It's her up smash. I think it's her up smash.
Okay. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Because the... because the down smash is probably the bucket of water.
Like, her taunts are so adorable, where she does like her little shimmy dance, and then she spreads her arms out, and of course the little fist pump. She's so cute.
I'm actually kind of excited for her because there were some things about the Villager that I wasn't crazy about, like the tree and the axe, because I don't want to have to concentrate on like, okay, I have this much time left until I have to plant a tree again.
Yep.
And just replacing that with which I'm assuming is when she puts that gyroid in the ground.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's cool. So I'm actually kind of excited to use her now because her moves seem like something that I would enjoy using. So I'm not. So my opinion on her being revealed kind of changed from to okay, I'm looking forward to this.
And I do like that they borrowed some ideas from Villager, like the Lloyd Rocket, but it's hers. The only thing she completely shares with him is her pocket, which that makes sense because that's like a thing in Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, Fox and Falco share blasters, and Luigi and Mario share fireballs. But the fact that she is, I've lost my train of thought. She's like the representation of Villager if he was like pacifistic. Like nothing she does is like a weapon. She uses a party favor, a stop sign, a fishing rod, and like everything that she does is like non-contact except for maybe the pom-poms for her neutral air or whatever. But she's like you said, a less technical Villager. You don't have to worry about setting up anything because all you have to do is just lay a Lloyd Rocket mine down and run away.
Right.
But yeah, and as a Villager side main, Villager, he was one of those characters when he first got announced. I was like, why?
And you're right, Lloyd. I said gyroid for some reason.
I think it's both. But
is it?
Okay. I think it's referred to as both somehow. Anyway, but when I first saw him, I was like, why? And then when I played him in the demo, I was like, okay, I actually like him. And so he's been one of my side mains alongside like Little Mac and Pac-Man. So I love his moveset. But like you said, she looks like a ton of fun too. And
yeah, she does.
It is aggravating trying to sit there and chop down a tree and not die. But I do love his pebbles and I love his bowling ball. The bowling ball is what sells me. I love that so much.
So who are your mains in Smash?
My overall mains, the three I predominantly stick with are Mario, Mewtwo, and Duck Hunt. I'm not awful with Duck Hunt. It's just not my best. I love them as a character, but I love Mario just because of how simple he is to use and how great he is at combos. And Mewtwo's just Mewtwo. I love Mewtwo, and just to have him back in Smash and to be really, really OP if used right, I love him.
Well,
and then,
I gotta tell you, Mewtwo is one of my mains.
Yeah, I love Mewtwo, dude.
Me too.
When he got revealed for DLC, I was like, yes, just like it's gonna be like Shantae for me with the way Mewtwo was and like Sora obviously, which we'll get to shortly. But my side mains are characters like Little Mac, Villager. I picked up Pikachu now and then, but I have like 10 side mains that I just use just for the heck of it. Like I'll pick up Corrin once in a while, or I'll pick up Luigi once in a while. So I try and play everybody in the roster for the most part. I don't really care for like Lucina and Dark Pit, but for the most part, I try and play everybody in the roster. So I don't really have a main except like Mario and Mewtwo and Duck Hunt. But I love playing everybody because that's the point of Smash. You have everybody to play with. So
right.
I love that.
I'm actually excited to go back and play some characters that I normally don't play.
Yeah.
My mains are Mewtwo, Sonic, and Mega Man. So
Sonic.
And I also
okay.
like to use Corrin, and for fun sometimes Ganondorf. So I'm interested to try.
I forgot to say him. Ganon's one of my side mains too. Oh my gosh! Like I hate that they changed his down smash. Like I love the Ganon down smash, man. But at least they gave it to Dr. Mario. And at least he uses a sword. So I am psyched to see how Ganon plays differently now. And like characters I never played. I never really got to play Cloud. I did not buy Cloud or
I liked using
for
Cloud
DLC.
Too.
So I'm psyched for Cloud. And I'm not a fan of Marth or Lucina, but Roy looks really fun and Chrom looks really fun. And I am psyched to play Pichu because he's so cute, and I'm excited to see how they changed him up. Because I know they nerfed his damage a little bit, like the damage he takes. So I'm more excited to play as him now. So
I was excited to play as Bayonetta, but I didn't really like how she played. And I know she's broken.
Yes.
But I didn't like that type of playstyle.
Yeah, she's
comboing.
So busy. Yeah, she's got too much going on.
So, and I know in the tournament or that around E3 time, I forget what it was called, but
Evo.
Evo. As Sakurai was there to witness Bayonetta being broken, so I'm wondering what he's going to do about it, if anything.
Oh yeah, at E3, Evo was when they had the minute-and-a-half standoff, just acting stupid, messing around. But yeah, at Evo, when she 4-0'd Ridley, he was just sitting there and Sakurai shook his head. So yeah, hopefully,
I didn't see his reaction to it.
I think that's just a rumor going around, but yeah, it was one of those moments. Is like, yeah, Sakurai, please nerf.
But I'm curious if he didn't see that, would he have bothered to nerf her? Because he didn't for that demo, and people wanted her nerfed. But the fact that she wasn't made me wonder, does he even know about it? Like,
true.
But he saw firsthand, or secondhand, since he wasn't playing, how broken she can be. So I'm curious how he's going to change her, if he's going to, how he's going to change her, and in what way, because she's already supposed to be a comboing character. So her whole playstyle is going to change. Like, I don't know what they're going to do about that.
Yeah, and I've heard people say that her combos are easier to get out of, but the thing is, she was up against Ridley, so he's huge to start with, so it was really hard for him to get out of the combo to start with. So I feel like characters like him and Bowser and Ganon and Charizard are still going to have a hard time going up against her. Mm-hmm. So, but at the same time, characters like Pichu and Kirby might have an easier time because they're lighter and smaller and can get away faster. So I just want her nerfed. Like, I personally still hate the fact she's in the game to start with. I'm just not a fan of her. Like, I don't know. Like, and of course the whole too sexy thing, I'm kind of past because I want Shantae. But I mean, I just don't like her as a character. Like, her whole thing to me, I have not. It's just it's not my thing. To me, it's too sexy, too vulgar, and too violent. I'm very particular about which games I play, and she strikes all three as like, I'm not playing this game. I mean, they look cool and they look pretty and they look really combo heavy, and I like that. But as far as just like overall, I'm just like, this isn't my kind of game, and that's why I try and stick away from gruesome, violent games. I'm just not a fan of stuff like that. I like the more kiddie games like Nintendo. So
you don't like Devil May Cry?
Nah, it's just.
I'm so excited for the 5th game.
The most gruesome game I played is Black Ops 2, where they blow Menendez's brains out. Besides that, and even that was a bit. I'm like, I know he's a terrorist, but at the same time, it's just kind of like you're literally murdering someone that you're holding down. So I'm not a fan of that. And this is coming from the guy who loves beating up wild Pokemon hundreds at a time.
Because there's no blood.
Yeah. And I do love Smash. I love that. Like, I mean, and of course we're going to be punching children and doggos now. So it's like, I know it seems kind of hypocritical, but I am very particular about the blood and guts and gore and vulgarity things. So that is just me. Everybody's got their taste. So her games are just not mine. It's just, I know people love them, and they, like I said, they look cool, they look gorgeous. It's just not my thing.
Right.
It's just, yeah.
So you want to talk about recent leaks, supposed quote-unquote leaks?
Yeah, and speaking of combo characters, if you guys don't like leaks, we should probably suggest clicking off the video. Yeah,
spoiler warning, we're going to be talking about leaks, and spoiler in the sense that you never know, they could be real.
Exactly.
But, we're probably going to be talking about it the rest of the video. So, the rest of the podcast, so...
Yeah, pretty much. Because that's like going to be half the video here. But,
okay.
Hey, there's a doggo.
Yeah, actually, let me take a quick break just to see what the dog wants.
Okay.
So that she's not barking behind the podcast. So,
which I have to use the restroom anyway. That works out good.
We will be right back. And for everyone else, that's like a second. So, 1 second. Where we last left off, we were talking about the leaks, quote-unquote leaks. And I say spoiler alert just in case one of them winds up being real. Yeah. And, I'm very disappointed that none of the leaks have Shantae as playable, because part of me feels like there's so many leaks, maybe one of these is true, and none of them have Shantae as playable. So I'm like, she's not going to be playable.
Which, hey, at the same time, if you consider the Komatsu leak, which predicted Wii Fit Trainer, and then also predicted Chrom and the Chorus Kids, and they were nowhere to be found in the final game. So, hey, And like, of any leaker, I would say Virgibin is consistently the most reputable and the most likely to be right, because he's been right pretty much so far, or at least partially right. But I think he only has partial information. That's the thing, because he didn't predict Richter, he didn't predict Daisy, and he didn't predict King K. Rool. So I think he has some characters as a lock, like the Square rep and the Pokemon rep. And of course he predicted Isabelle, he's predicted Ken. So I think he's partially right, but he's also partially wrong. So,
Vergeben?
Yeah, Vergeben, or Vergeben, or however you say his name.
It's pronounced. I just say Vergeben. I don't know German. If I knew how to say it, I would say it the right way. Because I'm usually one of those people who are picky about pronunciations if I know how to say it.
Yeah.
But, I correct people on stupid shit sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially, like, a Pokemon name, and I'll be like, you mean... And then I say the correct one, and they're like,
yes,
whatever.
Yeah, like, there's two names in particular that I know I pronounce them wrong, but I always will, and that's Arcanine. I know it's Arcanine, but it's an arcane canine. To me, I just can't say Arcanine. It's Arcanine. And one habit I cannot kick. I can't say Kyogre. I've always called it Kyogre.
But you just said Kyogre.
I know. I'm using that as an example. I never call it Kyogre. I always say Kyogre, and I
So
know
it is
it's wrong,
Kyogre,
but
right?
it's just, huh?
It is Kyogre, right?
It is Kyogre. Yeah.
Now, is it Groudon or Groudon?
Groudon. It is
Okay.
Groudon.
Like ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I.
But
thought,
I used to call Suicune Susine. So.
Well, yeah.
And Lugia Luigia. So.
Luigia.
Yes, I used to call it Luigia.
I'm a Luigia.
I'm an ever blaster you into a next to Earth. Like,
Mariho-Oh.
Yep.
Mariho-Oh. And
Mariho-Oh.
Luigia.
Gosh. It's sad how it's weird how close those two transition to Mario and Luigi. Luigia, Mariho-Oh.
Luigia, Mariho-Oh.
Maybe that was intentional.
Mariho-Oh.
Yeah. That's a theory. That's a game theory in the works. Matt Pat needs to jump on that.
Luigia. I'm
Gosh. Mama Luigi.
Mama Luigia. I don't even know how the laugh sounds.
Gosh. Okay. Back to the leaks. But there was one I really wanted to talk about in particular. Unless there's one you want to talk about first, Drew.
No, you were mentioning. I mean, I know of some, but you, I think, had already started talking about one, and before we started recording, you were mentioning stuff. So, I mean, if you want, you could take the lead.
Okay. One in particular that has me really, really excited is that someone asked the creator or like co-producer, whatever, of Kingdom Hearts. I don't know his name, and I'm going to avoid that, just not because I don't know it. I don't want to butcher it. But someone said something along the lines in Japanese, "Please, Mr. So-and-so," about Sora for Smash. And he said yes. And then his tweet was taken down. So, I know it's like, maybe they just took it down to avoid crazy people by, "So Sora's in Smash?" So, they might have done that. But at the same time, it's got me thinking, just like the Shantae thing about everyone is here and everyone is invited, the Ultimate Slumber Party, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and all those little hints. The way they just took it down almost immediately has me wondering, could Sora actually be base roster?
That'd be amazing.
Could he, it's so crazy. It's like, you'd think he'd be DLC because money for Disney and money for Nintendo, but again, if he's the Square /
Well, here's
Disney
the thing about that is he's not owned by Square.
Yeah.
He's owned by Disney.
So Gino could still get in, even if he or Neku or Lara Croft. I mean, we don't know which Square rep they're talking about. Yeah. So that has me so hopeful, dude. Not just because of the leak, but again, like you said, Sora isn't Square. Kingdom Hearts is Square, but Sora himself
know
is Disney.
If they, I mean, because I would imagine when the amiibo comes out, they usually have the credits on the bottom. So I would be very curious to see the credits for that, if it's going to say Disney or if it's going to say Square and Disney. I know for Cloud it said it credited, I think, Nomura for character design. Yeah. So I'm curious if Sora was ever to be in Smash and he got an amiibo, I'm curious to see what the exact credits would be, if it would say Disney character designed by Nomura, and would it say Square Enix or would it not say Square Enix?
I didn't even know that about Cloud, but yeah, I feel like they would point to Nomura because he was kind of Sora's creator.
They would point to Nomura, at least for design. He doesn't
Yeah.
own the character, but
Yeah.
according to a Disney spokesperson, they wouldn't do anything without consulting Nomura first. But who knows? That could be PR talk. But I'd like to believe that's true.
And like that, just the fact Disney's open to it. It's, I mean, because more
Again,
than just Disney loving money and just exactly,
because it could be PR talk. You never know.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
But from what we know, they're down for it.
Exactly. Yeah. And like like I've said in my discussion with Wreck-It Ryan, and like I said on my video in my channel about the August 8th Direct, people are like, well, Sora can't get in because he's Disney, and that means Goofy and Donald and Elsa and Darth Vader. No, it doesn't. It doesn't, because they put Thanos in Fortnite, so I think that they would share Sora in Smash, especially as big of a game as Smash Ultimate is. I feel like that Disney would be willing to do it because they know the fan demand, and they know his overall popularity. And first and foremost, he is a video game character. So if any Disney character, not Mickey Mouse, not Donald, not Goofy, not Elsa, not Stitch, not Darth Vader, not Iron Man, he would get in. And only he would get in, because only he, as a Disney character, is strictly video game character, unless you count Riku and Kairi.
I mean, nobody else came in when Cloud was put in. It's just Cloud.
Exactly.
There was no assist trophy or anything. I mean, there was the stage, but I suppose if anything, some other characters could appear in the back. At the very least, maybe some Heartless or something. But,
I feel like the Heartless are. They could probably get a Heartless in. Maybe a Heartless, just a standard Shadow Heartless, and a Dust Nobody as assist trophies. Mm-hmm. Maybe have like the Dark Side boss from the first game as a boss in the Spirits mode, suspected Spirits mode. I'd say if they incorporate anybody that can't be Donald, Goofy, or Mickey, Riku would be an obvious assist trophy or final Smash contender. So
but Disney and Nintendo have been on pretty good terms recently. So
oh yeah. I mean, because they had the Nintendo World Championships. They have a constant series on Disney XD now, and Nintendo is a sponsor of Disney Channel. So I mean.
And Wreck-It Ralph too.
Very true. Very true. There's a lot that's in Sora's favor. There really is.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's mild, and it might have just been to promote Disney Magical World 2, but they did release Lilo and Stitch and Mickey Mouse and Frozen themes for the 3DS, and I would know because I bought the Stitch one because I love Stitch. But like, it shows Nintendo and Disney have a connection, and it's like, more than just we like each other. They're sponsoring each other. They're showing up on each other's like franchises. So I definitely think Sora could happen. And that him taking down that tweet makes me so much more hopeful, because besides Shantae, Sora is the one character that if I get him and her, I'm set. I don't need anybody else. Banjo-Kazooie, Bandana Waddle Dee, Geno, freaking just the crazy like Master Chief. Any of those characters I could do without if we get those two. Like, those are my two I'm latching on to. I'm holding on hope to. Because, man, Shantae and Sora.
That'd be amazing.
Yes, dude. And, like, oh, my gosh.
For me, it's Shantae and Banjo-Kazooie. But I would really like Sora. That would be really cool.
I feel like if Steve is actually in, like these leaks are saying, then we could also get Banjo. Because he's only one Microsoft rep.
I just don't know why they would pick Steve over Banjo and Kazooie.
Honestly, the only thing I can think of is money. It's either money or popularity / fan demand. And we already got Ridley and K. Rool, which seemed almost impossible. So Drew, honestly, I do feel like Banjo will come in some way, either as base or DLC. I see more as DLC, but I've seen people also say, well, then that would mean that they would make a new Banjo-Kazooie game. There's no guarantee, because the franchise has been dead for years. And when they tried to remake it, they butchered it. Mm-hmm. And so, like, you could say the same. I mean, that happened with Pit for Kid Icarus Uprising, but it hasn't happened for characters. Like, look at Cloud. He's just now darkening the doors of a Nintendo system. So, and they added him back when there was no chance they could make any money off of him. So why wouldn't they do the same for Banjo and Kazooie, even if Microsoft uses Smash to promote a new Banjo and Kazooie game? So I think they have a chance.
They could promote any eventual classic N64 system and hopefully put Banjo-Kazooie on it.
Very true, very true. And like their history with Nintendo, like they're literally they were almost a Nintendo IP if Nintendo had just bought them.
And it would be awesome to see them on whatever virtual console we get. But you know, I don't know if we'll ever get that, but it'd be cool.
Yeah, and I don't have like just like you're personally attached to Banjo, I am to Sora, but I cannot deny that Banjo not only deserves a spot, but people want him. People like you want him that grew up on his games. So I want him for y'all, just like I wanted Shantae for the fans, and now I really want her, not just because I want to be right about her being in, but because of the fan demand and everybody being like, she'll never get in.
Yeah.
I want her in now just to prove all these leaks wrong and all these haters wrong.
Yeah, that's the same thing happened. I felt the same way about some of the characters that were announced recently, like Ridley and K. Rool. Personally, I didn't have like attachments to them. If anything, I played Donkey Kong 64, so I was familiar with K. Rool. But you know, I was happy because other people got their characters in that they wanted, and it was nice to see people saying, "Oh, they'll never get in; they're not relevant anymore." And then lo and behold, they're in. So you know, I'm happy when I see other people's fan favorite characters get in. So where's mine?
I know, like, and I do have some personal attachment to K. Rool because Donkey Kong Country was the very first video game I ever played, like legit video game. So it was great to see him and, you know, fight an old rival, the very first enemy you ever fought in the video game world. So that was really cool. But yeah, like you, I'm still hoping for characters I want and characters that people want. So, and like, it just, there's so many, and like you said, there's so many people that are just like, oh, this character doesn't deserve it. Stuff like, well, there's characters people are asking for. Like, people legitimately want Goku. Like, really?
I wouldn't be against it.
I mean,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, I agree. It would be cool, but then at the same time, he opens the door for characters like Spider-Man and Superman and Batman and Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny. So
I don't know. I think he would just represent the non-video game and anime, but I really don't think he's ever going to be in. It would be cool just because, like, he's probably the most famous anime character, or definitely up there. So it would just be cool. Like, there would have to be a specific there would have to be a specific reasoning or very exceptional reason for picking a non-video game character.
Yeah, I mean, because if you're going off of popularity, then Shrek would also have to be added. So obviously that doesn't need to happen and should never happen. Except for here All Star
memes, but
yeah, and I'm like I feel like Goku kind of is too, but at the same time, Goku, like you said, is a great character. But to me, I don't want him in Smash just because you would have to power him down so much. Like, he'd be getting knocked out by stuff like Pichu and Jigglypuff.
It's already not very balanced. I mean, they're already having like characters nerfed and buffed just to be balanced. Like Ganondorf is probably one of the strongest characters that would be in Smash. Like, he would probably annihilate most of the roster.
That is true.
But I mean, because of the Triforce of Power, and he pretty much can't die.
That is true. And Palutena's a goddess. I mean,
yeah,
come on. So that is very true.
So I mean,
plus in that crossover with like Naruto and One Piece, he was nerfed to oblivion to compare with them what I've read. So I mean, I don't really want him because, like I said, it kind of opens the door. But again, he is popular enough and he is cool enough. I wouldn't mind it if he was in.
I wouldn't mind.
As long as we get characters like Shantae and Gino and Sora that are actually video game characters, and he's kind of like that bonus final character.
Exactly.
Then I'd be okay with it.
As long as other characters get in first.
Oh yeah. Can you imagine how bad people would rage if Steve and Goku got in over characters like Banjo and Kazooie?
But why Steve? I don't even. I've never played Minecraft, so I really don't even know who is Steve. Like, what is he?
He's just, it's almost like Robin and Corrin in the Inklings. He is the protagonist and the default avatar, but unlike them, he has no personality. So he is literally a blank slate for you to impose yourself on. Like,
does he ever talk or anything?
Nope.
I mean, you can argue the same thing with the Villager.
Oh yeah, but I mean, Villager has personality though. That's the thing. Steve is literally just a walking block.
Villager has personality?
To me, he's just kind of like that weird, goofy little like. And of course, there's that whole Killager thing. But to me, he has more personality. It's just like he's the deadpan, creepy kid compared to Steve. Steve is just literally a blank slate. So to me, like I feel like Steve is in at this point because there's a lot of leaks pointing to his inclusion, and there's a lot of speculation pointing to it, and it would make sense because he is one of the biggest faces in gaming to date, literally rivaling Mario and Sonic. So it would make sense. I mean, like, because like if I'm not mistaken, Minecraft is the overall biggest selling game ever on the planet.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. Like overall sales, even more than Mario. I know.
Oh God.
I think that's true. Don't quote me on that, and it would make sense because again, Microsoft and Minecraft is huge. But to me, you can't properly represent Minecraft with Steve. I would say a Creeper assist trophy would be the best way to do that because Creeper is iconic. You see that's like, oh, this thing's going to blow up in my face because Creeper to me is more iconic than Steve himself. Steve is literally just the avatar you impose yourself on, whereas the Creeper is literally the most iconic character from Minecraft. So I don't want him. Like, I know that sounds really calloused and cold for the Minecraft fans, and I don't want him in not because of the really cringy kids playing Minecraft. Like, I just don't want him because nobody's asking for him, and he just would not fit Smash.
Well, I just don't want him to be playable. I don't care if he's in the game in any other form.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, as a playable fighter. Yeah, he can be an assist all day long alongside the Creeper. I just don't want him to be alongside Mario and Link as a playable character because he just
be like one of Banjo's moves. Just like
you
how
finally got Steve,
just like
Smash
Duck Hunt uses the gun characters from a different game.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe in his assist, maybe in his taunt somehow.
Yeah, and I apologize for taking so much time away from you talking. I'll let you talk some now.
No, that's okay.
I'm sure there's some stuff you want to talk about leak wise.
There was, I had one I was thinking of, and I
the Prima Guide.
Yeah, there was that one. That's one of them.
Yeah.
The Prima Guide. Someone was talking about how they I guess worked for it, but they worked on it, but I don't want to steal this from Papagenos, but I was watching his video and he pointed out that I think it was that leak came out the day that the Prima Guide was announced. So could have just
it came out like
a
day before.
Okay.
Or something like it was very close to the time, so people automatically took it as gospel, like, holy cow, this is real. So,
but alternatively, it could be somebody. Well, wait, which one came out first?
I think it was the leak. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay, then.
I haven't seen Papagenos' videos on it, so it might be that it was released the same day, and he was just jumping on the bandwagon for that. But I think it was the day or 2 days before. It was
I'm
actually
thinking
announced.
It could have been somebody saw that and thought, oh, hey, this could be a reason why a leak could come from.
Yeah.
Again, no Shantae in that leak, so.
Of course, except as an assist trophy. Of course. And the thing is, two things that really rule it out for me is Vault Boy. Why, though? I know that Bethesda is supporting Switch. I know that they're supporting Nintendo. But what about companies like WayForward, Ubisoft, and other companies that deserve reps like Rayman and Shantae that have supported Nintendo for literally years? And Bethesda is literally just now jumping on the hype train. So I feel like Vault Boy is kind of a slap in the face to Shantae and Rayman, because why would you add him when Rayman and Shantae have both been on Nintendo longer? WayForward and Ubisoft both have greater connections to Nintendo now than Bethesda. And just, I don't want Vault Boy. Obviously people talked about Doom Guy. I've seen people even talk about the Dragonborn from Skyrim as a Bethesda rep. So I would prefer those two over Vault Boy, because he's the most cartoony, but he's not really even a character. He's just like a mascot from a game. So it's just and that's what makes me hope and think it's fake. Not to mention they left Starman out of the assist trophies and Inkling out of the playable characters. why in the world? And I saw people say, well, Prima guides often get stuff wrong and leave stuff out. How could you ever forget and leave out the very first newcomers to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Like, seriously. Yeah. Like, that's so suspicious. And, like, I could see you missing someone like Shantae or Gino or somebody. No, not Gino, but, like, Skull Kid or someone. But how could you miss the very first characters they added to the game? I don't understand that. So that's what makes me think it's fake. And Vault Boy, obviously, he's so out there. He seems like a Sakurai pick, but at the same time, he does not. Because, and I know I'm talking a lot. I'm full of hot air, but
no, I'm like I agree with you, but I'm just like,
yeah. It seems so weird for Sakurai to like. I can see him adding Steve, like I said, because he's like a video game icon at this point. But Vault Boy over characters like Banjo-Kazooie, Rayman, Shantae, Skull Kid, Isaac, who is absent from this leak, even as an assist trophy.
But Vault Boy isn't even a character, is he?
Exactly.
He's more like a mascot in the game.
Exactly. Like, and you'd put him in over characters like Isaac and Shantae that people actually want and requested in the ballot. So I don't think... I've seen people say, well, Sakurai might take the ballot in consideration for half of the roster. Why? The whole point, literally, all of the characters up to this point are either very popular or highly requested for years.
I think all of them were
years, dude.
Ballot picks.
Yeah, like everybody wanted Chrom in Smash 4 because he didn't get his chance. Well, now he got his chance. People wanted Dark Samus. We got Dark Samus. People wanted Ridley, King K. Rool, Isabelle, the Inklings, and they were all super popular on the ballot and in the Nintendo Circle. And now we got characters that are still yet to be confirmed, like Skull Kid, Shantae, Isaac.
Was Simon Belmont on that?
I heard people say he was. I never saw him place high like Shovel Knight and Shantae and Banjo and those guys. I never saw him. I know people claim it, but I've never saw him ever come up in discussion. Even characters like Goku, to me, were shown more over him. Like, and nobody asked for Steve. Nobody asked for Vault Boy. Nobody. So.
Yeah, I don't know. As far as we know, there could have been a lot of kids who...
That is true.
I never posted on any online Smash ballots who I voted for because I didn't even know that they were taking votes. So, what's the percentage of people who voted in the Smash ballot that actually voted on these online polls,
Yeah, even from going off of what... I wish that they had released an idea of, or at least, I wish we had just a grasp of who actually has a chance from the ballot. Because you think about characters like Gino and Isaac and Shantae and Banjo and Kazooie, and they're popular now, but were they popular back then? You say yes, but then you also see characters like Crystal, Ashley, Shovel Knight, Zero, and other characters that were very likely high on the ballot getting in as assist trophies. So Zero makes sense because, we already got Mega Man. And I feel like they would add a Street Fighter rep like Ken over him. But at the same time, Shovel Knight being an assist and not Shantae being shown off at the same time as him, it's weird. And things like Isaac being absent, yet being hinted at, just like Shantae. Skull Kid sort of being hinted at. And Gino just being super popular. And being like the holy trinity of newcomers people want besides Ridley and K. Rool, there's just so much adding up that I can't believe these leaks. There's so many characters that are left out that I can't see unless Sakurai is saving some killer DLC for later. So I feel like Isaac would be base.
At this point, they're probably looking at DLC characters.
Oh yeah, it just.
It would be the smart thing to do.
Because
by the time release comes out, I'm curious if they're going to do like a season pass this time. Because they didn't do that in the Wii U. But a lot of games, they've been doing season passes now for Nintendo. So
because I know that, if I'm not mistaken, games like ARMS and Pokken have done that, right?
I think I don't know about those two games specifically. Maybe they have. Probably.
Of course, Fortnite has.
I know Hyrule Warriors did.
Oh, okay.
Wait, did it? I think so. Zelda Breath of the Wild did.
Splatoon did too, right?
Yeah, so it would be smart to do a season pass. for Smash Bros. Like, throw down $20-$30 and get upcoming DLC for free when it comes out,
That would be cool. That would be.
And,
like, promote it with some really big characters like Rayman and Banjo and Sora.
Yeah.
Bro, that's what I'm hoping. I hope we get a bunch of, like, the only third parties I see coming to the roster besides Simon are Shantae, Isaac, and Gino. I think the rest will
Banjo.
be first party. I think he'll be DLC. I think he's a lock for DLC at this point.
Well, if Minecraft Steve is getting in, I can't understand why Banjo would not.
That is, yeah. I
mean, unless for some reason being owned by Rare, even though Rare is owned by Microsoft, I'm wondering if being a second party means like extra money to spend. I really don't know how that works.
Which we did get K. Rool. We did get K. Rool, and he's kind of a second party, so.
But apparently, I heard that Nintendo owns K. Rool.
Oh, that's right. I think they bought the copyright to him when Mario Super Sluggers came out, or something like that.
I think that there was something with when the Donkey Kong Country games were being made. I think they were being made for Nintendo to own, because Nintendo owns Diddy Kong, and he was made in Donkey Kong Country. So I think it was.
And Dixie.
Yeah, and I think Nintendo owns all the characters from Donkey Kong Country. So I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure. Like, as I was trying to research about it, and I think that they own K. Rool.
Okay. Which makes sense because he is a Nintendo character. So.
Yeah, you could argue that about Banjo and Kazooie.
They are literally borderline Nintendo characters, just like Geno. Just like, I wish that Nintendo had just bought Geno back when Square split from them. Like, why? Why didn't they buy Banjo? Why didn't they buy Geno? Like,
I don't know.
Then we could have had him Smash. Like,
Sakurai wanted Banjo and Kazooie in Melee.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure he'd be interested in putting them in Ultimate.
Oh, yeah. Like, he's got to know fans want them. And if he has considered them since Melee, and the only reason they were not added was because of the Rare Nintendo split, so I do think if Steve is just a stupid leak going around and people are just full of crap and he's just an assist trophy, or he's not even in the game and it's the creeper, I feel like Banjo could be base. Like, I feel like he would be DLC just to make money for Microsoft, but at the same time, he's one of the most likely third parties, kind of like you said. So, and maybe they could save Isaac for DLC because they see how much he's demanded. I see them adding Shantae as DLC because, yes, she's highly demanded, but not as much as Isaac and Geno.
As long as she's not an assist trophy.
Exactly. That's what I'm hoping.
That's got me scared.
Yes.
I don't want Shantae to be an assist trophy because I feel like that would take away from her being playable.
Oh, yeah. Like, if she's an assist, there's no chance of her being playable unless he does another ballot. And that's the way we could get Waluigi and her and Shovel Knight in.
Yeah, for a future Smash game.
Yeah,
I feel like after Ultimate, there's no point in making a new game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Just keep
unless they reboot
it.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I still hold on to that thing that if Shovel Knight was the only indie confirmed, why wasn't she just gone ahead and shown off, like, all right, guys, gonna go ahead and deconfirm both the indies so you guys don't get your hopes up. Why would they do that?
Well, Shovel Knight's not the only indie that was represented in Smash. There was
Commander Video.
Yeah, him. I forgot his name, but you got it.
Yeah, but not like as a playable character.
Right.
But why wouldn't they go ahead and deconfirm the two indies people actually want the most? I know people have said quote from Cave Story and other characters like that, but they were not nearly as high on the ballot as those two were. But why wouldn't they go ahead and just I hit a chair. Why wouldn't they just go ahead and deconfirm Shantae and Shovel Knight together so people don't get their hopes up?
I'm pretty much expecting, and I'll be let down if it doesn't happen, but I'm pretty much expecting Shantae, Banjo-Kazooie, Geno, I guess Incineroar at this point.
Yeah.
Because of the leak. And Shadow.
Yeah.
Did I say Skull Kid?
No, you didn't. I expect Skull Kid, yeah.
Ken, yeah. And
maybe Octolinks? Probably not. Probably DLC.
But that's what I'm expecting to see in this game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take a quick intermission and let the dog in again.
Okay,
She's been
and I also have to
barking.
pee again, so.
Great. 1 sec. Oh, and I'm getting a phone call too. Perfect.
Hey.
All right, 1 second. I'm talking about what I was expecting to see in Smash, but yeah, I really think those characters will be in. I'm starting to, and I don't want to, but I'm starting to doubt Shantae. But it's just like, I really think that she could be in though.
I know. And I've had my doubts at times, but at the same time, I'm like, there's no way that Way Forward would put that much effort into that dialogue for that extra mode if she was just an assist trophy. I don't see that happening because they know how highly demanded she was on the Smash ballot, and they know people are going to be ticked if she's not playable, and they went to that much effort. They've been this silent for this long and have avoided all things about Smash. Everything. Haven't reposted anything since the ballot. So not since the ballot, but since Ultimate was announced, there's too much lining up for her inclusion.
Yeah.
And I know there's haters that say, oh, she doesn't belong. Oh, there's no chance. If Shovel Knight didn't get in, she won't. Like, I'm telling you, dude, like, there was so many people asking for her that I underestimated. Like, I expected my video on her to get 1,000 views maybe, just like Shovel Knight. And when it blew up to 1,000 in one day, what took Shovel Knight a month to do, I was like, oh, wow. Their fans are ravenous. Okay. So it's currently over 15,000. And it's like, she has a following. Like, and I know she had a following on the ballot because people wouldn't be talking about her if she didn't. So,
yeah.
I mean, we wouldn't be here talking about her if she didn't actually have a chance. Like, it'd be kind of like a character like Shovel Knight at this point. You know, coulda, woulda, shoulda. It would have been great. But the fact that there's evidence and speculation towards her that points to her being in,
But do you think it's evidence?
To me, the everyone is invited and the Ultimate Slumber Party, to me, is evidence. Everything else is kind of speculative because it's like, well, why is Way Forward doing this? Why aren't they doing that? Everything else is speculation, but to me, that's hardcore evidence for her inclusion. Like,
I hope so, man. I hope so.
And maybe I'm just reading too much into it because people said, well, you know, Ultimate is a very common term to refer. Like, we've already gotten Monster Hunter Ultimate, so does that mean we're getting a Monster Hunter in Smash? It just like, I understand where people are coming from, but at the same time, the wording is so particular, and I'm sure that Way Forward had to have some kind of notion of what the name was going to be, what the tagline was going to be, because Shantae would be in it. They would be like, "Oh, hey, yeah, let's put her here." So,
well, is that game? Did they bring that game to Japan?
What, Shantae?
Yeah, the Half Genie Hero.
As far as I know, they did, because I know that Pirate's Curse got a physical release.
Now, I'm wondering what the dialogue was in that game, because Ultimate in Japan is called Special.
Ooh.
So I'm wondering if she said something like a special sleepover party.
Ooh. That is true. I didn't think about. Okay, well, I know what I'm doing when I get off this podcast. I'm gonna go look up what Shantae's Ultimate Slumber Party is called in Japanese.
How would you even find that?
I know, like some random Japanese YouTuber who played Shantae, but like that. I don't know. Or see what Shantae's Ultimate Edition is called. See if it's called Ultimate or called Shantae Half Genie Hero Special Edition.
I honestly have no idea how to even find that.
Yeah, like, man. Well, because like you said, they call it Super Smash Bros. Special in Japan.
Because it's like Special in Japan and Ultimate here are, I guess, similar terms. Because Special has a different meaning in Japan.
Yeah. It's like the Lego movie, You're the Special, and I am the Special. I love that movie, by the way. But, yeah, that's even more evidence for her, if that's the case.
If it is.
Yeah.
It also depends on who translated it, because if Way Forward didn't translate it, then maybe it didn't matter.
Yeah, But
I'm trying to find something, and I can't find anything on Google.
Okay.
So maybe you could find something. I don't even know what to look for.
Okay.
Well.
As far as like the leaks go back to, obviously we're talking about Shantae, but and like we said, the leaks have pretty much either deconfirmed her at all or as an assist trophy. So obviously we're skeptical of those. But another reason I'm skeptical of these things is because they get these random characters that they pull out of nowhere, like Vault Boy. And there was another one that said Stanley the Bugman.
Yeah, I remember that one too. And that's something I could see Sakurai doing.
Yeah, but I've also seen people point out that Game & Watch already has that in his A spam. Like his A attack is the bug spray.
Or was that ever used in a Game & Watch game?
I don't know. I think Stanley, or like he was represented in Game & Watch, I believe. I don't know for sure, but I read somewhere, of course internet's only so truthful, but someone said that, Game & Watch's A attack kind of references Stanley in his bug spray. So like, why would you need to add him if it's already represented? So and he would be a really cool, I guess, WTF random retro character. So, I mean,
yeah, I would love to see his interaction with Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that is true. The leaker that said that also said he would be providing video and image footage of Steve, because he also said Steve would be playable. He also deconfirmed Shantae and Rayman as assist trophies. I think that was that leak. But that's what makes me kind of think it's fake too. But he said that he would provide video and image leaks. But then he also said, I have good news and bad news. So I've got, and it was literally the day after, the 2 or 3 days after the Prima leak, saying Steve would be in. He was like, oh guys, I just happened to get video and picture footage of Steve from Minecraft. Like literally jumping on the bandwagon. And then he also was saying he would have it by the end of this week, and he still hasn't provided that yet. So me and a lot of people think he's full of it. So time will tell, I guess. But again, Artsy Omni with his Rayman leak, you can leak footage.
The leakers stepped up their game.
Oh yeah. There was that clip of Spring Man and Decidueye.
Oh yeah.
And they were moving and animated and stuff, so that was fake. So I mean, I don't know what to believe anymore since the Rayman leak. To me, it's sad that people put more stock in leaks than actual hints from Sakurai from Way Forward and other games other little teases like Sakurai putting that picture that looks like Golden Sun setup and the gigantic Golden Sun behind K. Rool and Donkey Kong. It just stuff like that I try and hold on to. So I try and go for that over leaks.
I just want the characters I want to be.
I know, dude. And that sounds so selfish, but it's so true because I don't want these characters. I want these characters because we all have personal attachments to those characters. We do. Like he wants Banjo. I want Sora. We both have personal connections to both of them. Of course, we both have personal connections to Shantae now, but we all want the characters we want. And yeah, it's kind of selfish, and yeah, it's kind of obvious that we only want the characters we want. But I mean, even as far as Isabelle, I didn't really want her, but I can understand her being in.
Yeah.
But I don't want Steve. I can understand him being in, but I still just don't want Steve, especially over Banjo.
I know. I really don't. I feel like he doesn't belong.
I know. His design is so just. It's I don't design wise. I feel like he could have a cool moveset. But as far as Microsoft reps go, I would want Banjo.
Yeah, Banjo.
I would want Banjo or Master Chief. But
I feel like Banjo-Kazooie is the only acceptable mascot to represent Microsoft.
Oh yeah, especially as far as demand and Smash goes, and as far as Sakurai actually possibly wanting them. So.
Yeah, I think they were on the ballot pretty high too.
Oh yeah, they were up there. I remember seeing their names come up.
Yeah, I want this game already, man.
I know, dude. The wait is killing me, and I want more news, but it's I want everything to be a surprise. But at the same time, it's not going to be because we're going to have every character revealed, which I love that because then people won't be spamming leaks all the time, so we'll know exactly who's in the game and who to go for to unlock. So.
I know. I mean, we're going to know the full roster before the game comes out.
Yeah.
But, I mean, obviously that doesn't include DLC.
Yeah.
Although we don't know for sure we're getting DLC, I'm pretty sure we're getting DLC.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
it's it's money, like free money for them.
Oh yeah. Like, and it'd be so stupid not. It honestly would be stupid not to do that, because you see how much money they made off of Lucas and Ryu and Mewtwo and Bayonetta. Yeah. And all those characters that people like, these big third parties that people like, they'll never get in Smash. Like Cloud. Whoever thought Cloud would be in Smash Bros? So they made some killer bank, I know, off of these characters. So why wouldn't they do that again? The characters that missed the roster the first time, like Rex and Pyra, Springman, possibly Banjo and Kazooie or Rayman, it would be such a great second chance. And if Shantae doesn't get in at all, praying she doesn't get in as an assist trophy, she could come in as DLC.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping, like.
But at the same time, I feel like the DLC is going to be reserved for more of the newer characters since then, like Springman, Ribbon Girl,
Rex and Pyra.
Yes, thank you.
The Three Houses rep for Fire Emblem. Yeah. Maybe a Gen 8 Pokemon? Maybe. That would be cool. As a Pokemon fan, I would love that.
That'd be awesome.
And then you'd have, there's just so many good DLC picks and roster picks. It's just... Yeah.
Oh my god, man. I just want this game.
I know. And like, I do have to ask. I want to give you a chance to talk because I have talked way too much in this podcast.
No, that's okay.
Who are the characters that, when the game comes out, that you either like, besides your mains and your side mains, that you're most interested to pick up? Whether it's rehashed characters, like revamped characters, or completely new characters. Who are you most interested in picking up, Drew?
Out of who we know, I'm interested in playing as Link. And I didn't really use Link much in the past games, but characters I'm interested in checking out now are Link and Young Link. I want to play around with Pichu to see what he's got to offer.
Yeah.
Definitely Ganondorf, especially because I liked using Ganondorf. I don't know. I think because... And I'm not even a fan of Daisy, but I kind of just want to try her out now.
Yeah. I'm so glad she's in. Like, I hate Waluigi's not, but I'm glad she's in.
Yeah. Who else? I think I'm not looking at a picture of the roster. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head.
So far it's Ridley, Daisy, Simon, Richter.
Are you talking about the new characters, or
yeah,
just
like overall roster? Yeah,
definitely want to try out the new characters, especially Ridley and K. Rool.
Oh yes, I can't wait to play K. Rool.
I want to play as Shantae when she comes out.
Oh yeah, y'all were clinging to that. I'm telling you, we're so just stubborn about that. We're holding on until the very end. It's just, do you think she'll be number 69 announced? Do you think?
That'd be hilarious.
It'd be funny if they skipped her as 69, put like Isaac in, and then like number 70 in the same direct, like, you thought she was going to be 69, she's actually next. Okay. So, like, regardless if she's 69 or 89, I hope she's in. Like,
Wait, what number are we on right now?
68. Isabella's 68, and that's not counting Echo Fighters. With
so
Echoes,
why would she be 89?
I was just saying if they add way more characters than we expect, like I'd just throw out a random number.
Not 79. Let's see here. Let me pull up a picture of the roster.
Dude, can you imagine if we got 20 characters through DLC? How insane would that be?
I mean, that would be the smart thing to do. To make money, but I could see them not doing that.
Oh yeah.
Smash Ultimates. Let me pull up the roster real quick.
Okay.
Oh great, I'm getting a bunch of fake rosters.
Yeah.
Why can't I just find like a good picture of the roster? Is this no, this is a fake one.
Search the main site has the whole thing.
Yeah, let me go to that. Oh crap, I just went to YouTube. I didn't mean to do that. Smash Bros. .com.
Smopper Smoosh Brothers.
Super Smash Brother!
I still wish they did that, man. I still wish that. And, like, Xander Movis would be the perfect one to do that. Oh, my goodness. I'm so glad they brought him back as the narrator.
Okay, so
I like
Dark
his voice.
Samus I want to try out.
Okay.
Samus I was always like, oh, that's cool. But Dark Samus, there's something about the aesthetic of it that just,
Yes.
I'm like, yo, this character looks awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Zelda, I want to try her out. I never really used Zelda too much. I was always kind of interested in her, but this Zelda, the design aesthetic makes me want to try her out.
Yeah, cutesy Zelda is definitely better than, like, more serious gothic Zelda, so...
Who else on here really stands out to me? Back in the Brawl days, I never really played Snake too much, and then it wasn't until after Brawl that I got into the Metal Gear series. So now, so in Smash for Wii U and 3DS, I wanted to play as Snake because I was on that Metal Gear hype, and he wasn't in there. So now I'm excited to play with him a bit.
Yeah, I am glad he's back. Like, and to me, like, Sakurai getting him back is a good indication of other third parties, because if you can get Snake back after the whole debacle with Kojima and Konami and all that, oh yeah, some third parties.
They had to change the icon too to the exclamation point.
Oh, okay.
You didn't notice that?
I did, but I forgot it was...
icon in Brawl was I believe it was the Foxhound logo, and it was very similar to Kojima's logo for his company, I believe.
Oh.
So since I guess since they split from Konami, and so now he just has a completely different icon. It's the exclamation point.
Huh. And Sakurai probably did that out of respect for his friend because him and Kojima are close. So that's cool.
It's either out of respect or out of Nintendo not having to spend extra money.
Yeah,
I really don't know.
Probably a little bit of both.
Maybe. Who else? I was just gonna say someone. I'm looking at this roster again. Who I was gonna say? Pokemon Trainer, because I want to try out the instant switching now.
Because they used to be so hard to use, but man, I'm so glad to see Ivysaur and Squirtle back. Squirtle looks great. Squirtle looks like so... I love his Dash's Surf now. I love that.
I didn't use Wolf in Brawl, but I want to try him out in this one. I used to use Lucario in Brawl, but I didn't use him in the fourth game. I felt like certain things that I like to use with him, I couldn't do anymore. So, depending on how he plays in Ultimate might make me use him or not use him as much.
Okay.
I mean, aside from my mains like Sonic and Mega Man, I'm talking about like extra characters and Mewtwo.
Oh yeah.
I never understood Shulk's different Monado arts. I never bothered to try to learn them because I was just like, what, this is complicated.
Yeah. Thankfully they changed that. That will make me try Shulk out now.
Yeah, I'd be down for using Shulk if I knew how to use it. Oh, I definitely want to try out Ryu on 1v1. This way I could try out how his stance definitely like focuses on the opponent. Like, how do you use back attacks then, you know? Like, I'm wondering, would you have to jump over them and maybe you'll have a second to use a back attack before he turns around again? Like, I don't know how that's going to work.
That is true. That is true.
If they change around Bayonetta a bit, I would like to try her out. I didn't really like the combo-centric play style of her. I felt like the only way to use her was to combo. And because I couldn't use her, because I don't combo too much, and so I couldn't rack up any damage because I just wasn't good at doing that. But if they change up her playstyle a bit so that it's not so combo-centric, maybe it'd be easier for me to use her.
Oh yeah, and like I tried to avoid using combos with her too, because to me it just seemed kind of cheap and cheesy. So I was trying to sit there and like down smash and up smash and all that with the Madama butterfly attacks. So that was how I tried to play with her, to actually make it more my play style. I try and go big or go home. So that's instead of just
it's not so much that I thought it was cheap, because at the time this was before she was really seen as broken.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, like when I first picked her up, I was like, I don't really, I can't get this playstyle down, and so I just didn't use her. I would like to, if she's not broken, I would like to figure her out again. But again, I feel like if she's similar in needing to combo, that I might just be like, I just can't get this down.
Yeah. I mean, it is cool that Sakurai was able to translate her gameplay from her games into Smash, but it's almost like it doesn't fit in Smash.
Yeah.
It's so combo heavy.
And I'm definitely interested in trying out Simon and Richter.
Yes, like I prefer Richter's design over Simon. Simon, and like I said this in my August 8th direct discussion, to me Simon looks like a fusion between He-Man and Kevin Sorbo's Hercules.
I see that.
I imagined him being like the black cloaked and the red hair, whenever I saw Simon's picture, that's always what I saw. So when I saw him with blonde hair and stuff, I was like, okay. Like I expected him to because of the leaks, but I didn't expect him to look like that. And I saw him, I was like, dude, you're jacked. But
I want to try out Pac-Man again. I sometimes had fun using him.
Yeah.
Those are the characters that are really sticking out as me wanting to pick up and play around with. Maybe Zero Suit Samus, depending on what changes she might have had.
Yeah.
She's one of those.
Zero Suit's one of those other side mains I had too.
Yeah, she's one of those characters that I feel like, same with Sheik, that there's certain moves that feel a little combo heavy. Obviously not to the same extent as Bayonetta. And I normally don't like those kind of characters because I don't like having to combo to use a character to their full potential.
Oh yeah.
Like minor combos, I suppose, are okay, but I also feel like they're down, or Zero Suit Samus is down a special where she does the flip, kind of confuses me, and I feel like I'm gonna go flying off the edge or something. So I
still can't figure out down air.
I could do that with Sonic. I do.
Okay.
Because Sonic, you can cancel out of that, but with Samus, she just keeps going down.
Yeah, and I still there's such a specific button combination too for you to do a slow air kick, but I don't know how to do that because so does Sonic do like she does in Spike when she hits the ground? Does she spike? Does he spike the character?
I don't remember.
Okay.
You mean would it send them straight down?
Like when Samus hits the character with her heel, it meteor smashes them down. Does it do the same for Sonic?
I don't think so, but I honestly don't remember.
Does Sonic have any spikes?
Does Sonic have any spikes? I feel like he does not.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Maybe that down aerial is the spike, but it's kind of risky.
Yeah. Maybe the start of it is or something. But I love how that is. You have characters with no spikes, and then you've got Donkey Kong with 4. I love DK. DK is one of the characters. He's another side main too. I told you, I play everybody on the roster pretty much.
Now, are there any characters that you dislike?
There's a handful. I don't hate them. I cannot learn Olimar's and Robin's movesets. They're both so complicated to me, and like you said, Bayonetta's so combo heavy. I didn't like her in Smash to start with, but her being super broken but also kind of complicated to use, or just a bad combination in Smash for me. I am also not a big fan of Marth or Lucina. I like Marth more than Lucina, but to me, Lucina I don't. And then Dark Pit. Why didn't they just give him as an alt? And
but at least he has power. One different attack.
Yeah. And I think those are pretty much the only character I don't like. I respect you as a Sonic main because I can't use him. I'm so bad with Sonic. He's so fast, and yet some of his attacks are a little bit slower than you would expect. I'm more like Little Mac style. I like to rush up, punch people, and keep punching. I also can't use Mega Man for that reason because I'm so used to A being like a punch or something, and it's just pew pew pew. I'm not used to that, so I hate Mega Man's playstyle too. It's great that he's in Smash and he deserves the spot, but I can't use him either.
His top spin and his slide you can use too.
Yeah.
But I can never. There are characters I could never get into, and I still kind of don't like to use them.
Yeah.
Yoshi.
Okay.
I don't know why. Jigglypuff.
Yeah, Jigs is one I don't like either. I hope they buff her.
I don't really like Peach too much. She's okay.
Okay.
I don't like Ness or Lucas. I don't like the recovery.
Yeah, it's so complicated and so gimpy. Like, all you have to do is just pocket it or something.
I don't like ice climbers.
You don't like ice climbers?
No.
What?
I mean, I don't like using them.
Oh, okay.
These are characters I don't like using.
Okay.
Not characters I dislike. These are just characters I don't like using.
Okay.
Their play styles
they
are
can
not
be very
for me.
busy. Yeah. I also don't like Ryu. He's very technical too.
Yeah, he is. He's fun to use, but I can't really consider him a main, I guess.
Yeah. Like, if what I'm hoping for is that Ken is to Ryu like Isabelle is to Villager. He's like the easy mode. Like, you could do all these crazy good attacks with like multiple hits and fire effects without all the crazy button combinations. That's what I'm
hoping. Who else am I not too crazy about using? Maybe Fox. I prefer using Falco.
Yeah, I do prefer Falco.
Bowser, I like Bowser, but I don't like how I'm personally not that good with him.
Yeah,
but I do like him. He is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, Bowser. My friend Ethan loves Bowser. That is his main till the day he dies. He loves Bowser, and I'm telling you, Bowser was already terrifying enough in Brawl because of just how big and powerful he was. And then he got a freaking dash in Smash 4. I was like, holy crap, he's going to be OP. And he's still kind of mid-tier, but he got buffed so good. And I'm so happy he did. Because Bowser is one of those villains. It's like, why aren't you great? Why aren't you OP? Because he is like the Nintendo mascot of villains. So I'm glad he's really good.
See, I didn't really like using Pit too much. And I know he's pretty good. And I think part of the reason was because I knew he was like kind of cheesy in Brawl a bit, so I was like, I'm gonna stay away from it. And same with Meta Knight, but then Meta Knight I used a lot because he was just cool, and so I liked him as a character, and so I kept using him. And my friends were like, he's broken. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not that good with him, so like I couldn't beat you guys anyway, so what does it matter?
Yeah. And I feel like they nerfed him too hard in Smash 4. So I'm hoping they kind of patch that back up. Because
a friend of mine,
I tried to use him some, and he's just not the same.
A friend of mine is so good at fighting games and Smash also that it's like he could pick up any character and be pretty good with them. So like he was using Meta Knight, and he was kicking ass, and I was just like, Meta Knight's awesome. And then I used him, and I was like, I'm doing terrible.
Yeah, he plays like, I'm glad they slowed down some of his moves, so you actually have a chance to, I don't know, hit him. But he got nerfed so bad, and so many of his moves put him into free fall. Like,
he got nerfed like Bayonetta needs to get nerfed. I also never really liked using Diddy Kong too much, but I know that they changed him slightly, so I'm interested to see. Yeah,
I know they changed up the hoo-ha. So
they got rid of his tail attack, so I want to know what he does now. I'm not quite sure what he does.
Good chant toward Dixie as an Echo Fighter?
Yeah, with Donkey Kong twirling up B with as a recovery, but with hair instead.
Yep. Trying to think other characters.
I like DDD, but I suck with him.
Yes, I love DDD, but yeah, he's hard to use.
He's a character that's fun to use. I suck with him, but he's fun to use.
Yeah.
I don't like Olimar. I've never got into Pikmin, so I never. But that's because I never played it. That's not that I played it and didn't like it. I just have never played it. So Olimar is one of those characters that I have no attachment to, and so when I try him out, I'm like, okay, he's good in some ways, but.
And I've seen videos of people using him. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, why can't I do that? So,
you know who I don't really care about using too much? Wii Fit Trainer.
Yeah, she's one of those. Her hitboxes are so crazy. Like Little Mac's hitboxes are crazy, but hers are just absurd. Like Little Mac is one I love using. And I'm so glad that they changed his side B to where you can do it, then side B, then up B. I love that. That was the one thing they needed to do to make him great. But yeah, Wii Fit Trainer, she's so I like her, and she's grown on me as a character. But yeah, like you said, she's she's weird. She's got some weird moves.
As I'm going through this list, I'm noticing a trend. A lot of the characters I dislike playing as are the ones who have even the slightest complicated playstyle. Like I don't like having to focus on multiple things. Like Rosalina and Luma, I don't like having to focus on two characters. Same with Ice Climbers. I'm actually interested in. I forgot to mention this. I'm actually interested in trying out the Mii fighters. I want to see what kind of changes they make to them, because they were a character I would every once in a while pick up just for fun. Because I'd be like, haha, I'm playing as this character, and I have Miis that have like faces of characters like the Joker and stuff. So
I made one that was like super short and super fast. It was Usain Bolt. And so he's just running around the stage. I love that.
That's awesome.
It was so cool. You could customize them to who you wanted to be, and it could be you in Smash. I love that. So I'm wondering, because they showed them off in the trailer, they were all the same height. So I wonder if they took that mechanic out. I wonder.
I don't know.
Because that would make sense, because then it's like, oh, there's not like 50 different kinds of Mii fighters running around the internet.
Yeah, I'm wondering if each one is going to have their own set moveset.
Yeah, because like they already transitioned all of Palutena's alts of her custom moveset into her moveset, so they might do the same for them. I know her down is a counter and the wall now, and then she also, like, one of her attacks is that fireball thing that was an alt back in Smash 4, like an alt custom. So they might do it for the Mii fighters, incorporate their moves as different Smash attacks.
I would like to see them in tournaments.
Yes,
be hilarious.
Yeah.
I suppose the only customizability I can see with that is using your own Miis. But I think it'd be cool if they were just the default was how they look.
Yeah. It's
who else on here? And I guess Shulk. Because he was slightly complicated.
Yeah, which hopefully that'll change this time around, because that's one of the reasons I didn't pick him up.
Yeah. I never really got into Little Mac because I didn't like how he couldn't really be used in the air.
Yeah, his air game is crap. Like, and I love Little Mac just because he's got so much super armor, he's got so much power and so much speed, but yeah, he is garbage in the air. At least they changed it up some with the side special, up special change. I'm so glad they did that. I'm hoping they do something like that with Meta Knight, where he can do like his side tornado thing and then up, like give him a little bit better recovery or something, some kind of combo. So I'm hoping they change him up kind of like that.
Well, I'm just excited to use my mains in this game and see how they changed.
Yeah.
I'm excited to use Mega Man and Sonic and Mewtwo. But I also really want to try out the new characters like Ridley and stuff. And like I was saying, a bunch of characters that, I want those characters I mentioned that I normally don't play as. I would like to try them out in this game to see if maybe they fit my playstyle better because of the change in the pace. So I don't know. We'll see.
That's going to be probably the hardest thing for me to transition to, is just how fast this game is. Like, yeah, it's just watching gameplay footage. It's like, this is great that it's so fast, but at the same time, you have to think more on your feet. But at the same time, it also speeds up slower characters, so that's great. So yeah, it's going to be interesting trying to transition to that. Other like new characters I want to try out, like I already talked about Richter and K. Rool, and obviously Ridley. Inkling looks amazing. They look so bro.
Yeah, but they also seem like they could be slightly complicated.
Oh yeah,
turn me off a bit.
Yeah, I feel like I would just be the guy who like splatter shots people and then just goes and up smashes them and down smashes them and stuff. Because I'm the guy that I'm like you. I don't really like the combo. I just like to hit hard. I just like to rack up damage and then finish you off with a forward smash or something. So, but like other characters, obviously, if she gets in, Shantae. Yes, obviously, definitely. She will be one of my mains.
See, if there's a character I really like, then I tend to try to learn them.
Yeah, and that's how I am with Duck Hunt. Like, I'm not really great with them, but I just love them.
That's exactly how I was with Mega Man, because I love Mega Man, and I was excited to use him. And when I first played the 3DS demo, and I was using him, I couldn't quite understand him, and I was just like, losing, and I just kept playing it, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna figure him out. And so I eventually did, and now I understand him, and like I know what works and what doesn't.
Good.
So I love using him, especially because he's just different than the other characters I use. So it's like if I feel like mixing something up, I'll bring out my Mega Man. But especially, and I'm especially excited to try him out in Ultimate because I heard that he got buffed a bit. I know his Leaf Shield got buffed, so I'm really excited.
It doesn't break, right?
I don't know what the specific buff was, but I know that it's better now. So
okay,
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose at this point I would say let's take some fan questions or comments, but we don't have any.
Maybe next time.
I mean, you're gonna post a little bit of this on your YouTube, and I guess direct people to the full podcast on my channel.
And I can leave this part in about the comments and questions.
Yeah. No, this is. I'm still recording. This is still part of the podcast. I didn't say bye yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can let people know for fan comments, questions, or whatever. Obviously, for the potentially one or two people who watch my channel, same thing. Maybe, do you have a Twitter?
I do. It is also Alpha Stoutland. So. Okay,
I'm wondering if we should have some kind of hashtag for comments.
Ooh, that is true.
Like hashtag, I don't even know if GG Gaming is being used. I suppose there's probably a hashtag for everything. How do you even search a hashtag?
I think you just put the hashtag and it shows up how commonly it's used, something like that.
Oh, I see. Hashtag.
Because I did that for Shantae for Smash, and that was pretty popular. So, thankfully.
Let's see here. Oh no, the last one. Or does this go by? Does this go by recent? This might go by recent. There is a GG Gaming. There's a GG Gaming Cafe. But they have an exclamation point after their G.
Okay.
That's funny. But whatever. I claimed it first.
Exactly.
Yes, Lord Vader.
This is mine.
I lay claim to this hashtag now. We will rule the world with hashtag GG Gaming.
Okay, so.
Yeah, so I guess next time, if we have at least 2 comments, we can each pick one.
Okay.
I would like it if we're each able to pick one.
Yeah.
Unless for some reason we winded up getting popular enough to get like a lot of comments, then like maybe we could choose some extra. But
which hopefully not throwing shade at you obviously, but hopefully it being on my channel, some of my subscribers will
that's
kind
what
of flow
I'm
over to
wondering.
yours.
Not in the sense like, thanks to you, I will get followers. That's not what I'm aiming for. And that's not what I'm trying to say. But I'm thinking that it would benefit us both. Because I think I have right now a couple hundred subscribers, but I don't know how many of them are actually active on YouTube. Because if I post something, I usually don't get, I don't get 200 likes. I don't even get 100. So I guess it just depends on, cause I really don't know how many of those people are still active. So I don't know, but yeah, I guess you can comment wherever, and I suppose on Twitter you can send it to the hashtag GG Gaming. The only thing with that is I don't know how to. Oh, search settings. Oh, I don't want to hide sensitive content. I just don't know how they organize, how they show up. Oh, top, latest. Oh, there we go. Latest.
Okay.
Never mind.
I would say either on Twitter or on YouTube.
Yeah.
Either one, because then it gives more options.
Yeah, I didn't even. It was right in front of me. I didn't even realize I could change it by latest. May. Wow. Okay. The hashtag hasn't been used too much, so.
Okay.
I don't know why other people are using it though. GG Gaming Bet. GG Game. I don't know. For sports. Betting. Minecraft gear. We're bringing back Smash at GG. I don't know. Some gaming cafe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what these are, but they're not gaming podcasts. So
that's ironic.
Yeah. So, are you able to search hashtags on YouTube?
Yes. Yeah. Because they're blue. They highlight them blue now, so I'm pretty sure you can.
Okay. So I would say,
or you can at the very least go to your comments and like search through comments and put that hashtag and whatever comment has that hashtag. Because I'm gonna do that for my Ask Alpha special, so I'm gonna have to do that. So that's why I gave him a hashtag so I could sort through without having to go through all my comments. So you can do it that way.
Okay. Well, is there anything else that you want to mention before we go for this week?
Just it's a pleasure to be here with you, Drew, and I appreciate you inviting me on, man.
Definitely, same. Oh, I also want to, aside from comments, I would love to have any listeners mention maybe any segments they'd like to see, anything they'd like to hear, because this is a podcast that I would like to get fans involved in. And I would love to get advice on what people want to see and want to hear. Anything that maybe someone would say, oh, usually podcasts don't talk about this, and I always wanted them to, so maybe you guys can. And I'm sure we would consider it, as long as it's not something that's like offensive or something. I pretty much have a quote unquote rule, something I go by, and that is that I don't want to talk about politics, and I don't want to talk about religion, and unless it's like not bad, it's not a debate, unless you're just like this happened, or like, I like this, but I really just don't want to get into conversations on it, because there are people who do or don't want to listen to that. People have very strong opinions one way or the other, so I prefer to try to stay away from that. And typically this is video gaming anyway, so unless it's politics or religion inside a video game, that's completely different. Like if there's a certain gaming series that has politics in that game, that's different. Like if we're talking about like a government body in Pokemon or something, it's like, how does what do you think of Ash as I don't know, whatever, and Team Rocket?
The next Pokemon region has the Illuminati.
Team Rocket. They got someone in Team Rocket promoted to like the president of Kanto. Like, what do you think of it?
That'd be cool.
Like that's that's what I'm talking about. That's okay, because that's in the context of a video game. Or in fiction itself. Like if we're talking about like, oh, what did you do this week? And we're talking about like, oh, I saw this movie. Just in fiction, it's fine. But or in passing comment. But I think it's safe to say that nobody really wants to debate.
It's like, and I hate politics, so you don't have to worry about that. So
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that for you. I'm just saying for people to know, like, this is what we're not going to talk about, so you don't have to worry about it.
For my special, I made sure the Ask Alpha special, I was like, please keep it out of politics. I said, I voted for Donald Trump. I'll just leave it at that. I just don't want to talk about politics because I hate politics. So
So I want to be clear to people like what we are and are not going to talk about. So it's not. I'm not saying like to you specifically, Alpha. I'm just saying in general for anyone listening. This is what we're typically going to stay away from. And I feel like I have to kind of explain that because it's been like a year since my last episode, so I just want to like reiterate. In case we hopefully get new people coming to the show. But that's about it this week, I suppose. Where can they? Well, I would say where can they find you, but I'm probably going to put any links in the description anyway. That's the easiest way to do it. But in case of anything else, where can they find you, Alpha?
Well, I am here on YouTube and on Twitter as Alpha Stoutland. I also have a Discord account, so if you want to join me on there, I'm also obviously friends with Drew on there, and Wreck-It Ryan, and Chosen, and a bunch of other guys.
Yep.
So I'm trying to be as active on there as I can, but between YouTube and Twitter and that, it kind of falls between the cracks at times. But if you guys send me a question or a comment or anything, I'll be sure to try and get back with you.
Oh, one thing I want to say also to people listening, is there anybody that you would like to join our show as a guest? Is there any particular YouTuber or anybody in general that you would like to see in this conversation talking about games or upcoming games? There's a couple of people that me and you, Alpha, we talked to that have said that they'd be interested in showing up as a guest. Mm-hmm. I've talked to a bunch of people, so I would just like to see what the community would like to hear. Like, oh, what if so-and-so got on? Be like, never thought of that. And then we could reach out to them and say, hey, Alpha and I, or you would say, Drew and I, we got a podcast going. Would you want to join as a guest? So
that'd be so cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Again, I want this to be something that the fans also help shape. This isn't something like, this is how we're doing it. It's set in stone. Rah, 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 rah. It's like, no, I want this to be a free-flowing, almost like a community-driven podcast. Yep. That'd be so much fun. That'd be a lot of fun getting people involved. Maybe even some fans sometimes could join in. If
that'd be awesome.
Set that up. Like, so-and-so's been listening for a while, and, they want to join in. We'll see how things go. Again, definitely open to seeing what people want to see. Does that make sense? Definitely want to see what people want to see.
Yeah.
I'm definitely open to knowing. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't need.
We're interested to see what you guys want to have in the chat. Yeah.
Different any segments, any specific things. I'm interested in getting what gaming news that week, if anything was announced.
That is true. Yeah, like if you have any big news, just tell us. Like, we could talk about it.
Or like we can look before the show. But it seemed like for this particular episode, we really did want to discuss Smash and any upcoming or the latest leaks. So I didn't want to have too much stuff because we already went on for quite a long time talking about Smash.
Yeah.
So I mean, there was other stuff that I was gonna mention, but I was like,
talking about Shantae and Smash.
yeah, we did have a podcast talking about Shantae and Smash, but there was a couple other things that I thought about mentioning, but I just I kind of forgot because we were talking about Smash.
Yeah,
I think I don't know if I mentioned it. I think I mentioned it to you. I was excited about the new Devil May Cry 5 coming out. Mm-hmm. There are certain things that I might have wanted to mention here and there, but I was like, you know what? We're talking about Smash right now, and this, But I mean, is there any fans out there, any specific gaming companies, any games that you like? Is there anything that people typically don't talk about that you'd be interested in having a podcast talk about? That kind of stuff. Just send it to the hashtag or just comment below on either mine or Alpha's version of this. Alpha's version of this, you're gonna have like a
it's going to be like a synopsis. Yeah. It's going to be a lot shorter than this video.
Are you going to go through the whole thing, or are you going to just take like a chunk of one piece?
I'm just going to take like little snippet clips of us talking, like just to give people an idea of what we're talking about.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, so you can comment on that video that Alpha's going to put up, or you can comment on this one. And I feel like I've been saying the same thing over and over again the past 10 minutes. But yeah, just if you want to be a part of it, then come join us. Come comment, be part of the community, and maybe if we can get this going, we can make our own Discord channel for this. I don't even know how to.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know how to do that, but I'm sure someone can help us.
And I will be. I do plan on doing this every single week. Having a snippet of the chat on my channel, just kind of be like, check out the rest on Drew's channel. So you'll be able to see it every single week that we do this on both of our channels, but you only see part of it on mine because, again, this is Drew's podcast. He's just invited me on, so I'll let him have the glory and the just honor of having this awesome podcast. So
well, it
is definitely a pleasure to be here, though.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure having you. Again, I don't want to say, oh, this is my podcast. And,
yeah.
What I say goes. I typically, if a co-host comes on and they're on for a while, I like to consider it partly theirs as well because they are participating in 50% of the conversation. But
we'll see how it goes.
I don't want you to think it's not yours, but
Okay.
I suppose since I've been putting the first 18 episodes up on YouTube,
It's kind of yours.
I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue putting it on mine, but definitely you can post snippets or any outtakes or anything you want. I mean,
oh yeah, there will definitely be
feel free to.
bloopers. There will be pre-recording bloopers for sure.
Really, you can post whatever you want as long as it's not something that we both agreed on not posting.
Oh yeah, yeah.
like I said something terrible I shouldn't say.
Yep.
And there was something that we both agreed on saying, and we did not. And I'm surprised you didn't do your Goofy imitation, and I didn't do my Donald imitation.
We forgot to talk about Sora and Smash.
I have to try to remember how to do it. It's kind of like this! Or something. It's really hard to do!
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of difficult, man. It's like I got it in my head, like, this is how I tackle this impression. But once it starts coming out of my throat, it's like I have to adjust it as it's doing it. And it's like I don't know how it sounds outside of vibrating in my own head. So I know how it sounds to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it sounds to everyone else. So
It
I have
sounded
no
like
idea.
Donald was getting strangled. Gosh, hold on, Donald, I'm coming. Hello, 911. My friend is a duck who's choking to death. Hello.
Sarah! Sarah's gonna be in Smash Bros. Just so you wanna see.
Goodness.
All right.
That's a way to end this.
I know, right? All right.
Hopefully, we'll do more voices for you guys because I got a lot.
Yeah, I got a lot too. It's just it just didn't sound like something to randomly throw in. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for the week. Take two. I guess that's pretty much it for this week. So yeah, take care, everybody. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Thank y'all. So I hope you're enjoying the podcast. I hope you're here enjoying yourself with us. Me, Alpha Stoutland, and him. I think his name is Diamond Death on YouTube. I forgot. It's Drew Maru on Skype. But I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. And sit back, relax, and just enjoy this little podcast. We're excited to speak to you. We're excited to share with you. And he's back, okay? Where is he? He's back. Okay. Sounds like he's walking. Man, I'm gonna go ahead and do an impression here. You know, we were talking about Shrek and Smash, okay? Me being Donkey, I'm like, okay, this will never happen. But it would be so cool if it did. Because then you could be playing All-Star in the background of your battles. That'd be so crazy. I don't want to see it. But you can summon me, I can throw some waffles, you know, it'll be a great time. I would absolutely love to be in Smash Bros. I'm such a big fan of the characters. I love those characters. I hope Spyro the Dragon gets in because, you know, me, I love dragons. So, okay. Is he back? I think he's back. I'm gonna keep doing this impression. Okay. So how was your day? I hope it was good. I hope it was as great as waffles on a stack of pancakes. Okay, he's back.
Hey, I'm back.
Awesome. I have been. I don't know if you'll keep it in the video, but I've been entertaining the listeners. So.
What were you doing?
You'll see. I'll just let you listen to it in the recording. It's a surprise.
Okay.
But it involves Shrek, who we were talking about a minute ago. So. I'll just leave it at that.